And the Desert Colossus with sorry, song music. I don't know what's happened there. We'll go with it. But bring us all the way to the Forest Temple. Salutations, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Trifroce Randomizer, bonus edition. We are obviously here, and the reason why is because we are looking for the Nocturne of Shadow, which I know where it is. I just don't know if you're going to be able to get to it this episode or not. But regardless, what's going to happen is we're going to go as far as we can, and if we get to it, we get to it. But if we don't, and we get about halfway through this episode, we'll actually go and fight Ganondorf. And now we got this dude over here, which we're not going to kill because these guys really don't do anything. They're just protecting the territory and also just want to hunt. They just do what spiders do. And I'm pretty sure there's also a Scotia right over here. And yes, I'm still going to attack them. That's just because, well, we have Keyzion and Keysanity on as well. And then another enemy that I don't really want to fight either is the Bubbles, because they're also just kind of doing their thing. They're just like, yo, we are here. Yes, we may go after you. Just like those guys, those Bubbles will. And that's right, these guys actually, we need to just actually target. But at least it's not the Gruno training ground, because if it was, then we'd have a time limit on. But we could actually just take our time. Just saying, this file we actually have double defense. I don't know if in the original file, which if you don't know, for these bonus editions, we are actually playing on a separate one. But we have all the same items and stuff like that, just everything's kind of shuffled differently. But the file actually got deleted. I don't really know how. It was just, I just uploaded it and I went to start recording for that session and it was just gone. And now to see what's inside of these pots, because there is 6 in total, but also I have been playing on a personal file again because that's how we tend to feel out different, ways of doing the randomizer. But anyways, I think I ended up finding a bow in one of them. I was just like, bruh, that's pretty vanilla. And also ended up finding a bunch of other things. But also one thing that I found kind of interesting, but also kind of funny at the same time, is that in Master Quest, at the very beginning when you go through the walls, instead of getting greeted by 2 Wolfos at the beginning, you get greeted by a whole bunch of Walchulas. And one thing I don't really know why they decided to take away from that wall in particular. Like, I get the Wolfos is because they want to make things a little bit different, but they decided to just, like, not keep the golden Scotia in there. Like, that would have been perfect. It would have just easily camouflaged in there, so see if you just don't pay attention. And I'm surprised you can't just, like, climb these walls underwater, but I guess it makes sense because I'm guessing the iron boots are a little bit too heavy. But still, that's just one change where, like, I don't know why they decided to change it. I guess I just wanted to make it different enough just to be like, this is actually a different thing. Like right here, it's one thing that's changed as well. The Scotia, I'm pretty sure gets replaced there. So I'm pretty sure there's still 2, unless another one gets added. And there's also no, like, there's also a giant Scotia over here on this wall and a web. I was gonna say, I'm surprised that they just kind of stayed there, just letting it be there. But yeah, it's just those subtle changes, and here's the one that you actually need to fight, which makes me super sad, because the bubbles are just existing. Like, actually these purple bubbles do try to attack you, to be fair, so like, I don't so much feel bad for those ones, but for literally the ones, like the green ones, just go up and down, stuff like that, I'm just like, why do we need to fight those? They're not doing anything to us, except for just kind of existing, and they look like they're just having a party. Also just realized how many things are just like up and down going on. Also didn't realize that re-stepping on a switch actually goes up, because even in like vanilla playthrough, again vanilla because Master Quest is also still technically vanilla, but I've never actually stepped on that before. But at least how we could go down there, it still doesn't help us try to figure out where, everything else is. And I also wonder, I don't think the hover boots will be able to reach all the way over there, but we're gonna try to get up there though. And I also don't know why I just decided to grab that, because it's not like it really does much for us. Just a time block up there, though, at least. Step in red, we can't just, get get it from there though. But this awkward little cookie gives us a bundle of arrows. And now to hoping that this will give us a key, which unfortunately it just gave us a recovery heart. And I like how we just stepped right through that block. But it looks like we just can't find the key in here unless the little keys are actually in Ganon's castle. But either way, we're just gonna go over there because apparently we're just not meant to actually get Nocturnal Shadow. And if anything, if you guys really want to see that actually be here, or we actually get it, yes, I just got like that because I didn't want to go to the main menu, to be honest with you guys, then we can make another episode. But for now, I'll meet you in Ganon's castle. And here we are. It was also really funny just entering Ganon's castle with iron boots. That's just because, if you haven't watched last episode, it's actually in Lake Hylia. It's actually the entrance to the water temple. So, sorry, I just kind of like punched you guys there. But now it's kind of weird not having every single item and then fighting Ganon. But at the same time, like you said, sometimes it's just kind of like RNG, and if you guys really want to see Nocturnal Shadow actually get given, then let me know, because I'll be working on getting the other upgrades and stuff like that just 100% completed. Well, not like 100% the whole file, because I need to get all the sculpture lists and stuff like that. It's also really weird how just like the music just gets cut off for like getting other items or actually like fighting enemies here. Just like, actually I don't mind it for this case because you get to hear the ambience of the fire. It just kind of sounds like wind. It just sounds really nice. And yes, I'm just going to constantly use spin attack because at least it doesn't cause magic unless you like hold down B, and then it does. Which is one thing that I find actually kind of weird now that I think about it, because that never really like sunk in that that's actually the case. And maybe this will have the keys, and of course it doesn't. And since this is a Trifroce Hunt randomizer, we actually have the keys to Ganon's castle. Unlike the very first time that we got here in the first playthrough, which I didn't realize we already had like the key, we could just go forwards. Okay, now it's where things get a little bit sketchy, but I'm still going to spin attack because why not? We got double defense, and also I'm pretty sure these guys both have the same amount of damage, or at least the same amount of health, and they do, but they both go down at the same time. They will. I love it so much. I also love how like different they both look. Like, well, not different, but how they contrast each other, because it's black and white. I really like Iron Knuckles and Dark Nuts. But, yeah, anyways. Here we go. And of course, we're going to collect all of these, and get ourselves some magic, get ourselves a bunch of other things as well. And a small key to get this castle. I forgot that there's actually small keys right here. And yes, that's one thing with keysies, which I believe is actually what it's called, where you get the key ring at least. You actually do get, I don't know if it's actually supposed to be inside the temples themselves, unless it's something that I select. I think I select them because I made it regional, because it makes things easier when you don't need to like have everything all together, especially doing pot sanity. Which is going to be the next randomizer for this. I don't know when that's going to happen. It'll probably happen during November again, because that's how it's been like the past year or two. But I'm thinking maybe it'll be for summer as well. Because I'm really excited to do that, but I'm testing it out, testing the water to see what works best for that, what doesn't work best for that. But if you're interested in that, look forward to it, just like I am. But here is my boy Ganondorf, or Ganon. You never deflect that bolts of energies with your sword. Just shoot me with the light arrows, if you have arrows when you happen to have. I like how it's just really contradictory. It's like, you'll never be able to, but if you do, then hit me. Ha ha ha. You never beat me by reflecting my lightning bolts on unleashing the arrows from your pocket. Just like giving hints, but at the same time, it's like, you won't be able to. It's like, thanks, Ganon? And I love how it's literally just Sheik's music. Makes me wonder what his other music's going to be. And I'm out of here so we don't get that. And I believe we can still reflect his tennis balls with this. We can. I should probably get the light arrows out as well, although that being said, at least we can pause it. But the matter is, are we going to be able to hit him in time? Because it is really awkward to actually try to hit him out. Of course we did it. We also need to get some more magic. And we are back up here, and now of course he's just trying to play tennis with us, like, as soon as we got up here. I mean, I don't blame him, tennis is really fun. And now hopefully we'll be able to actually get him through, because, well, the magic, all the potions are actually defeated, we can't really get back through. But I also find it interesting how, despite, you know, I'm getting a little bit distracted here. Despite being able to fall back down, you can't actually go through the other doors. And I'm just guessing that's just because, well, we're really in a battle right now with a boss. So it just makes sense to lock it, but it doesn't even lock the other door that's like right across from us. And it's like, why is that the case? And there we go, we got her for one hit, but of course Link just didn't want to pull out his big road sword for whatever reason. And for whatever reason too, he also just didn't want to like reflect the one. And I also love how the sound for the reflecting it is literally the Megaton Hammer, which I'm pretty sure you can also technically reflect his bolts with the Megaton Hammer too, which is hilarious. And we'll just stab you down like this, because I know that the stab crouch does more damage. And oh, that's too bad that this didn't get it all. Hold to you too, why are you telling us to hold? Or are you saying Hulk? Are you a Hulk fan, Ganon? Is that what you're trying to tell us? I mean, the Hulk is pretty cool. He's like super strong, obvi, because that is his thing. And let's see if we are going to get into the next phase. And we are. And I also find it interesting how you can't beat Ganon with the Bigora sword, yet you can fight Ganondorf. But I mean, that makes sense because you wanted to like, make sure to take that. Zelda is actually absolutely adorable. I love how she's just like, "Are you okay? Is everything good?" And yes, I did skip the whole tower thing. Honestly, this is suitable for its transformation. See, but it doesn't do dun 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 dun. Which honestly, I'll probably add in. If I did, you will know. And music's Kakariko Village. I mean, this is also semi-like not reliable, but also kind of makes sense at the same time that like if you already had common music, we're gonna have even more common music for here. Especially say it got destroyed at some point, so like it still works at the end. And I was gonna say we do need to deselect or reselect, not deselect it. Hello Ganon, can you try to attack me please so I can attack you? This is one of those fights that I don't know why it's just super awkward, but at least it's not as awkward as freaking, you know, Bowser's fight. It's just a matter of us being able to hit his tail. Though that being said, I think it's one of those things, just actually not even like Smash Bros. Ultimate when he's in there. You kind of just want to duck under him. You have better luck that way. Oh, thanks for the magic, dude. Now I wonder if he's going to hit the pillar that has all the friggin' fairies in it too. That would be nice actually. Can you come over here, Ganon, so I can pick up a whole bunch of fairies? That would be nice. You know, I love how Ganon actually just kind of runs. I also love he was like, bro, you can't like hide behind these pillars. Now I know one of these has fairies, unless it's RNG, I don't quite remember. And I'm pretty sure one of these, yeah, it does. Thank you for the fairies, buddy, I appreciate it. No, I love how Navi's like, Ganon, I have really no idea where his weakness is. And at least we know that you can hit his tail. Now, I don't know if using light arrows on his tail does more damage than the sword does or not. I also don't know why Ganon decided to just like fling the big sword away. I'm guessing it's because since you don't usually, since the Bigora sword is optional, I guess it makes sense. That's why there's so much arrows, you actually need to use the arrows or something against him to be able to hit his tail. I also don't know if he could hit his head or not. I never really tried that before. But now we have the Master Sword on us, and it's a matter of trying to actually get him down now. Unless we could do that now? Oh, yeah, we could actually do that. Let's see if we can hit his face. Oh, we can. That makes it so much easier, although that being a damage still makes it like awkward to try to get him to like to get under him to hit his tail. Now yes, you turn around a lot like Bowser does. I like how even though it doesn't actually stun him with using just regular arrows, yeah, it still just kinda like shook his head. Kinda like he was saying no, but I know it's because he was like, why did you do that, buddy? This is also exactly why I wanted to grab some fairies. Also hoping that soon he'll actually be able to go down on his knees so he can get that final blow. This is one of those things where it's like, you kind of just need patience when you actually fight the dude. You could just like wave your sword around like I'm doing right now, but it really is just better if you do it other ways. Okay, and there we go. Wasn't too sure if we actually needed to use the Master Sword to be able to get him down, or if it's something that you just needed to hit him enough. And thank you for using your power, Zelda. I wonder if she just needed to wait until he was really weak to be able to use that. And I also wonder if the light arrows are also part of her powers or not. So we do know that light arrows obviously you need to use on Ganon in other games. Just need the first one, although in the first one they weren't actually called light arrows, they were actually just silver arrows. And I wonder where that changed and why it changed. But either way, we completed this once again, and now it's time to stun him and get cursed by him again, because when we actually beat this, I got the last Trifroce piece, he was like, curse you, Zelda, and curse yada yada yada. It was really funny, although this whole scene just wasn't there. I love Ravu. I love how he just has a Trifroce on his chest over here. Now, here's a question for you guys, because I don't know if this is actually a part of lore or not, but do you think that Ravu is Zelda's father? Because obviously he has a Trifroce here, and he's also Kipora, so you know he has some kind of abilities that is probably similar to like Zelda's, but also the fact that every other Zelda king is also kind of some kind of ghost or is also helping you. Sorry, I just almost slapped you guys. You! Curse you, Zelda. Curse you, sages. Curse you, Seren, because he's just a scream there. Someday, when the seal is broken, I will exterminate your descendants. I mean, that's what every other one is trying to do, but that didn't really happen. But either way, another series now done with, and it's crazy, unless again you guys want to see me continue this, because I don't know when I'm going to grab all the other items, because I got my own personal story to go through. My own personal seed to go through. But I am very much looking forward to the next series that's going to happen. One that is one of my favorite games as well. If you guys know it, you guys know it. If not, I'll leave it for a surprise. But either way, we shall leave it here. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you were through the series through the first two now, thank you so much for watching the whole series. If this was your first episode watching it, then hello, I hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you would like to watch the rest of the series, go ahead and do that. It's a very short series, because it's a randomizer. Things could either go from like one episode, which I don't think could really happen unless you have literally one Trifroce piece to do. But it could go from that, or it could go for like a whole week, or it could go for a while. That's the whole nice thing about randomizers, you never know what's going to happen. Especially with Trifroce on randomizers. But anyways, I don't mean to ramble you guys, I'm actually going to restart my outro because I don't know where I ended up being, but yeah, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please smash that subscribe button, send something down in the comments down below, do it YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you will enjoy it as much as I will enjoy it, because I know I will. It's really funny. Anyways, before I run on again, peace.